My grandmother used to babysit Ansel Adams' kids, and my mother used to babysit Ansel Adams' grandkids. My brother, when he was in high school, wanted to become a photojournalist, and he got really into it, and actually that drove me away from it just because of sibling rivalry. And then later he went to Pakistan on a photo internship, and he came back with the photographs, and once I saw his photographs, I sort of it connected the circle that I understood, like people like my brother can make photos, so like people like you and me can make photos. But even then, I didn't want to compete with them, so I got into photography, but specifically not photojournalism. So I started what was more natural from where I grew up, which was landscape pictures in national parks and in the mountains. And I was going to school as a student at the University of Colorado at Boulder, and I was taking some black and white darkroom classes, and I was walking down the street, and somebody handed me a flyer that said slideshow on Nepal, about a study abroad program in Nepal. So I took the flyer, and I wasn't actually interested for a study abroad program, but I was interested in seeing photos of the Himalayas. And so I went to the slideshow, and I liked it, but then I also had kind of like an embarrassingly arrogant response to it, which was, I was like, wow, I think if I go there, I could take better pictures than this. And then it kind of made me want to go there and try to take those pictures. But eventually I got there, and up until that point, I had never really imagined myself as a photographer. In Nepal, I just found that the camera was a really good pretext to be curious and to insert myself into situations where otherwise it could be hard to show up there, so I could get into cultural ceremonies or places where I was welcome with a camera and I could just watch and take in as much of the world as I wanted to. So that was definitely a turning point. When I got back from Nepal, my instructor in photojournalism, Kevin Maloney, was a really excellent teacher. And I think every semester he had more and more people come through, and every semester he would try to spot a couple of people with talent and nurture them. And actually, one day he said to me, you're not going to be a philosopher, or you're not going to keep studying that, you're going to be a photojournalist. And it was the first time somebody had said that to me. And so that probably was like the final click that was needed from me carefully avoiding photojournalism to avoid rival with my brother to figuring out that it actually was a really good fit. I think actually I was drawn to photography not for its power, but the seduction of the creative process actually. So I think I got into photography just because of how lovely it is. The one thing that was a good antidote for me, since I was so immersed in philosophy, was the fact that you pretty much have to confront reality if you're a documentary photographer. You have to smell the smell, speak with the people, feel the heat, all your senses get immersed in the reality in order just to take the picture, basically. That was a good thing for me because I'm somebody that can sort of stay introspective, and photography brought me this balance.